Intermolecular forces are the attractions between molecules that hold liquids and solids together, and they are negligible in gases. Because they are negligible in gases, you have to be careful with problems. If the compounds you are comparing intermolecular forces for have different states of matter as the main difference, solids will have the strongest intermolecular forces, then liquids, then gases. Intermolecular forces are summative. This means that a molecule can experience more than one type of intermolecular force at once, and all of the intermolecular forces combined will contribute to the strength of the compound, element, or molecule. We are going to go through each type of intermolecular force and their strength. The strongest intermolecular forces will have the highest boiling and melting points, the lowest vapor pressure, the greatest viscosity, and the greatest surface tension. London dispersion forces will be the weakest type, then dipole-dipole forces, then hydrogen bonding, and ion-dipole forces are the strongest. If we had to put a number to the strength, we can think of it like this. London dispersion forces contribute about 0 to 10 kilojoules of strength overall. Dipole-dipole forces contribute about the same, but a little larger, 5 to 25 kilojoules. Hydrogen bonding contributes about 10 to 40 kilojoules, and ion-dipole forces about 40 to 600 kilojoules. This will help in ranking because we can see quantitatively that hydrogen bonding and ion-dipole forces are much stronger with a strength of 40 and 600 kilojoules compared to London and dipole-dipole forces. London dispersion forces are present in all substances. They come from an instantaneous dipole. This means that at any moment in time, electrons can cluster on one side of a molecule, creating an instantaneous dipole, and this means that for a split second, the molecule is polar. This is constantly occurring, and when these instantaneous dipole moments occur, this induces neighboring molecules to also have a dipole. This is called an induced dipole. To help visualize this interaction, think of runners on a track. Sometimes the runners are spread out and running at different speeds, and at other times, the runners can cluster on one side because they are catching up to one another. The runners are electrons, and the same thing is happening. At any point in time, the electrons can cluster on one side, creating an instantaneous dipole moment, inducing neighboring molecules to also become polar for a split second in time. This instantaneous dipole and induced dipole is what's helping to keep those molecules together in the liquid and solid states. London dispersion forces become stronger as molar mass increases. And to explain this on a test, we say that the polarizability increases as the molar mass increases. Polarizability and molar mass are related through the electrons. A higher molar mass is equivalent to having more electrons, and as you have more electrons, your polarizability also increases. London dispersion forces will also be stronger for more linear straight chain molecules compared to branched spherical shapes. You can see this in the halogens and noble gases. I2 has stronger London dispersion forces than Br2 or Cl2 due to its larger size. I2 has a molar mass of 253.8 grams per mole, Br2 has a molar mass of 159.8 grams per mole, and Cl2 has a molar mass of 70.9 grams per mole. I2 has the largest molar mass and will have the strongest London dispersion forces. For the noble gases, xenon has the largest molar mass and will have the strongest London dispersion forces. Xenon has the highest boiling point, then krypton, then argon. If compounds have similar molar masses but their structures look different in terms of branching, linear molecules will have stronger London dispersion forces than branched molecules. For example, N-pentane and neopentane have the same molar mass and will have the same polarizability, but N-pentane has a straight chain structure, while neopentane is branched. N-pentane will have stronger London dispersion forces because its extended shape provides more surface area for intermolecular interactions, whereas neopentane's compact shape and smaller surface area reduces contact, leading to fewer intermolecular interactions. Dipole-dipole forces appear only in polar molecules. They arise from the electrostatic attraction between the partial positive end of one molecule and the partial negative end of another. The larger the permanent dipole, the stronger the interaction. For molecules of roughly the same size and shape, increasing polarity increases the overall intermolecular force. For example, butane, C4H10, and propanol, C3H6O, have the same molar mass. Propanol is polar due to the electronegative element oxygen. C4H10 and C3H6O will have the same polarizability due to the similar molar masses. However, C3H6O has dipole-dipole forces as well, adding on to the total strength of intermolecular forces it has. Due to these dipole-dipole forces, C3H6O will have stronger intermolecular forces and will have a higher boiling point. Hydrogen bonding is stronger than London dispersion and dipole-dipole forces, and there has to be an HN, HF, or HO bond. This HN, HF, or HO bond will be attracted to a nearby lone pair on an electronegative atom, F, O, or N, in another molecule. There are two roles in hydrogen bonding: a hydrogen bond donor and a hydrogen bond acceptor. The hydrogen bond donor is the molecule that contains the HN, HF, or HO bond, and this creates the highly partial positive hydrogen required for the interaction. Accepting that hydrogen is the hydrogen bond acceptor, and this molecule has a nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine atom with lone pairs of electrons. This lone pair has a partial negative charge and accepts the partially positive hydrogen, forming the hydrogen bond. This creates the hydrogen bonding interaction. If you have to categorize the strength of hydrogen bonds, HF is stronger than HO, and HN is the weakest. Water is a very special case that can be stronger than HF bonds. Water can form an extensive framework of up to 4 hydrogen bonds due to the 2 lone pairs on oxygen that can act as hydrogen bond acceptors and the 2 hydrogens that can act as hydrogen bond donors. Because each water molecule has these 2 donor sites and 2 acceptor sites, it can interact with 4 other water molecules simultaneously, creating the strong, 3-dimensional tetrahedral network that gives water its unique properties like a high boiling point. Ion-dipole forces show up whenever ions interact with a polar solvent. Cations line up with the negative end of the solvent dipole, and anions line up with the positive end. The attraction grows stronger with larger ionic charge and with the larger dipole moment of the solvent. Mg2+ in water experiences even stronger ion-dipole interactions than Na+ because of its higher charge density. An example we see often is NaCl dissolving in water. We have the ion NaCl in the dipole H2O. Sodium chloride is an ionic compound. In its crystal form, it's made of positively charged sodium ions and negatively charged chloride ions, held together by strong ionic bonds. Water is a polar molecule, meaning it has a permanent dipole. The oxygen atom is partially negative, and the hydrogen atoms are partially positive, creating 2 distinct poles. When you place NaCl in water, the polar water molecules surround the salt crystal. This powerful attraction between the charged ions and the polar water molecules is the ion-dipole interaction. As a rough ranking of strength, dispersion is the weakest, followed by dipole-dipole, and then hydrogen bonding and ion-dipole forces are the strongest. Stronger intermolecular forces lead to higher boiling and melting points, lower vapor pressure, and greater viscosity and surface tension. Let's go through an example for using intermolecular forces to predict boiling points. We have which of the following substances would be expected to have the highest boiling point: CH₃OH, CH4, HCl, or F2. Let's first draw the Lewis structure for each compound and then list all of the intermolecular forces that the compounds have. We need to draw the Lewis structure so we can see if the molecule is polar or nonpolar. If the molecule is polar, it will have dipole-dipole forces. Every molecule will have London dispersion forces, so when we write down this force, also write down the molar mass so we can compare the strengths. CH₃OH and HCl are both polar, so they will have dipole-dipole forces. CH₃OH also has a hydrogen bond due to the OH group. CH₃OH will have the strongest intermolecular forces and the highest boiling point due to hydrogen bonding. Ranking the molecules, CH₃OH will have the highest boiling point, then HCl, F2, and CH4.